All right, I think we are ready to go. So thank you, everyone, dear participants. Welcome to our webinar with uh, MixZone on how to increase sponsorship revenue by using digital backdrops. Today we have really valuable guest, our partner MixZone, which will go through their innovative technology, which is digital backdrops. So I will now leave the stage to Guy from MixZone to give you guys a nice presentation of the technology, digital backdrop technology that they have improved. And afterwards, Edgar from our side, sponsor online side, will show you through our digital marketplace for club side and also for brand side as well. So, Guy, stage is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Edgar and Edgar and all sponsor online team. Great to have you here. And well, I'm in our offices in Israel. MixZone.
Mute.
No.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you. Yeah.
So we are in our offices here in Israel, in a Moshava Stadium. Started our operations at 2017, and we are entering our sixth season now in both football and basketball leagues in Israel. I will take you through our presentation to show you the benefits of using digital backdrops and how it can increase your revenues, and on the other side, help brands to sharpen their image. So it's just like as we describe it, it's a win-win situation for all the rivals, brands, to use digital backdrops instead of static backdrops. The backdrop behind me is our MixZone backdrop. As you can see, we ran some ads from our partners, Budweiser, our own ad winner, which is the betting company here in Israel, and we will see others in a minute. I will share my screen and we can go over the presentation. I don't know if you can ask questions during my presentation. Actually, it's my first webinar in my whole life, so feel free to jump in and ask questions. And let's go ahead. So, MixZone, our goal is to bring the backdrop to the front of advertising. We created a new revenue streams for sports teams, for federations, by simply digitizing their ad inventory, and we provide them with our advanced management software. Let's take a step back and talk about, I know it's not sexy as metaverse and NFTs and other stuff, but let's just talk a minute about broadcasting and about interviews in specific. So probably you know, as a fans of sports all around the globe and all different sports actually, your feed, your Instagram feed, internet pages, TikTok feed, any media now takes more interviews and press conferences during the game, during sports shows, even more than the actual plays. The actual plays, sorry. So, and if we are talking about social media age, the interviews and press conferences even gets more airtime from simply repetition. So I can see open my Instagram feed and see interviews that been broadcasted a week ago and 2 weeks ago, and still they will gain viewers and they will gain exposure. So as we describe it, interviews backdrop nowadays is a prime advertising space. I will take some report that we came through. I don't know if you know, if you're familiar with Style, just another company who are evaluating sponsorship packages, and on their annual report that came out last February, they discovered that media backdrops have better consumer recall than even logo on the jersey, LED systems, and all what you see, all the other inventories clubs have. We are talking about value for money, and I think that this is the key of why investing this time to change the backdrop, or why dealing with the backdrop. I know that everyone thinks why we didn't came with it earlier. So, combine the reports, combine the trend of broadcasting and change that it's been through. We can say that the current backdrops, they are static, they're simple, they're boring. They don't give you another value, add value with your sponsor. They overlooked by sponsors. They're always just another part of the deal, the 1% from the sponsorship package. And another point, you cannot update them through the season. You can, but you will have to reprint them all over again, which makes it really hard. It's not sustainable, and most of the time clubs say, well, I will not do it, and they just put a patch on the backdrop, like a logo, small logo, and that's it. So basically the current backdrop, they don't generate additional revenue for the teams. Our slam dunk solution, physical product, hardware, and a software behind it, holistic solution that we're offering for clubs, for leagues, combination of FHG screens and a unique cloud-based technology to manage the content. We created an eye-catching media. So as you can see, the prototypes of the backdrop of Celta Vigo, our partners in Spain, in La Liga. The first one is the super flash backdrop. It's transparent backdrop, and behind it is the press conference backdrop. So we created an eye-catching media. You get more space to bring more sponsors to your portfolio, and you can now deliver more prestige space for your sponsors in general. All our products are customized. You can build it in any size, with any amount of screens. It's lightweight, easy to assemble, like I said, and you can maneuver it really easily through the stadium, through your training areas, and it's enable you to do more interviews and give more presence to your brands. Our solution to change both digital and static logos within minutes. Obviously, the static part will be replacing the stickers or replacing the fabric on the press conference and the MixZone backdrops. So imagine that you have two different teams, women team and a man team, and you need to use and you want to use the same backdrop for both of them. We give you the opportunity to do so. Let's talk about technology. So we created a SaaS-based platform, meaning you don't need to install anything on your desktop, on your mobile. Simply open a browser, and you can be in Fiji and uploading content to Germany without any problem. We have this software available in 23 different languages. If there is any other language that we don't have, certainly we will do so, and we will convert it. So we give you the chance to manage the content. It means that you uploading the content you got from your brands. You choose where they will appear, if it's pre-game or post-game interviews or press conference. You can choose the duration and the repetition for each sponsors. So unlike LED signage and other inventories, the clubs get the opportunity to control this content, and we make it simply as we can to make sure that everyone can use it. Now, before going to detail to examples and maybe show you a bit of the platform, I want to talk about money, about case studies. So since media backdrops are in center for clubs, for brands, for leagues, we came up with a case study for each. So we will start with a small club, Hapoel Kfar Saba, they're currently positioned in the second league. And as you can see, through the years, this small club managed to double their revenues from sponsors using our backdrop, not because we came up with money. It's just we gave them the platform to do so. First year, they managed to put all the sponsors on the digital part. The sponsors really got the exposure of obviously their revenue grow also a lot. Second year, the club managed to sell more space, but also to sell it in a better price. So they increased their revenue from the second year. And on the third year, until now, these backdrops in Israel are standard, visual standard. So everyone wants to be on these backdrops because they know the exposure that they can gain. I'm sure that if you will open any website, Israeli and sport website, on one of the front pages, you will see interviews, you will see pictures. And I think one of the key points that we have. In general, if we're talking about league, so our very successful POC showed that we can bring big value, big money to team, to the league itself. We are talking about $2.5 million per season just for media backdrop, and it's a money that never been there. It's a new money, came from sponsors. We are talking about 35% average growth per team. Bigger teams use this backdrop for the current sponsors. They don't go and bring new sponsors, but they do increase their revenues by selling it in a better price. And small clubs, the one who struggle, they need the community with them, so they use it for their community. They can sell slots for all type of businesses and for micro sponsoring as well. So we are talking about micro sponsoring. Imagine that if you are a small club that can bring a sponsor for a week, sponsor for a month, you will not need to reprint the backdrop every time. You just give them a better ad space on the digital part. And another key point, I don't want to miss it. I think let's talk about another report of the Israeli Nielsen, we can call it that way. We found out on a media seasonal exposure analysis that the value of single advertiser during a game with our backdrops, with the new backdrop, is 4 times more than on the old backdrop, and double the exposure over LED display. Now we talk about why. So let's compare it some way to an LED system. So while we are broadcasting the interviews, the backdrops, our digital line occupies better percentage on the viewer screen. We are talking about 25-30% of the viewer screen, while LED systems we are talking about 7% from the viewer screen. So obviously, the brands get a better exposure by that. We talked about the enlarged exposure, so we know that more than 50% see these interviews online, on web pages, social media apps, and the repetition for these interviews makes it even better, because the brands who are having a live interview, they don't think about the day after and the week after. And I will show you an example for one brand. They managed to take advantage of this repetition. And let's in general interviews, while being interviewed, the camera is still opposed to in motion. If we are talking about any LED systems, about stickers like the overlay on the pitch, when we are seeing the interview, the camera is focusing on the interviewer, on the content behind him. And I think it's also a very important point. And this is the key point here. I know that we have brands here, and I know we have clubs, and I think that the big opportunity here is to use not just the logo on your backdrop. That's it. We are in 2022. We can use this space for better storytelling if we are a brand, and also if we are a club. On-spot communication, we can have interactive marketing content. So let's talk about the upper part, the Schweppes campaign, for example. Until now, until a few years ago, Schweppes were able just to have a logo on the backdrop. But now they can change the content every week. They can show us, the fans, what drink they're offering and the benefits, and better image that gives us the power to go and buy. And modular campaigns, we are talking about the chance for brands to change the content weekly or daily even, and then react to what's going on in the market. Also, clubs can during the season they can sell tickets, sell merchandise, and engage with the fans. And I think storytelling is everything nowadays. You can see, and our solution is just made for that. Let's go over some examples from different sets that we have. So our press conference with Vigo in Celta Vigo, as you can see, content can go from left to right, from right to left. Each screen can show one content, or all of them can show the same content. If we are talking about doing a campaign over all the screens, so look what Finaro just did in Tottenham game versus Rome. How they can just play with all the screens together. If we are in a hotel, like Intercontinental, we can change the logo and we can do animations for logos better than the static part. And our super flash interviews for on the pitch interviews. Nowadays, as you can see on Champions League and other leagues, we have static logos on the backdrop on the pitch. Now they can enjoy digital interviews, digital content, sorry, on their pitch interviews with our highly full super flash backdrop. Also, it contains a battery, so no electricity needed while you roll it inside the pitch for post-game interviews. Let's take a moment to see this from Legia Warsaw. So as you can see, you can play with the screens, and I'm sure that when brands will see it, they will see the potential and what they can show on these backdrops. Now, last thing that I want to talk about is our case study with Domino's Pizza, because this was the first time that any brand used this backdrop for an in-action campaign. Call the audience for action. Domino's managed to do so. I have this ad behind me also. So we put a promo code on Domino's Pizza's announcements on the interviews, and during the week, and even on a day without any game, Domino's Pizza got got orders from fans that they saw this image, these interviews on TikTok, on Instagram, Facebook, and on other websites. So as you can see, 2.7 sales revenue growth in a month. Actually, it was 3 weeks. It's a huge thing. Obviously, Israel is a small population, but if you are talking about European countries, I'm sure you can see the potential in that. Where are we at now? So over 28,000 interviews and press conferences. You can see who is publishing with us, who is sponsors going with us for many years. Schweppes, McDonald's, Nike, and Adidas. Our clients, we are working in Real Celta Vigo, Croatia national team, Legia Warsaw, Reading from the championship. Recently, we just signed the agreement with our first Serie A club, and I hope that we will have more to come. And that's it basically. This is our presentation. If you have any questions, I don't know if you can have questions in this webinar. Feel free to go ahead.
Yes, the participants can use the questions tool or the chat box. So we can wait a couple of minutes just to see if any question, any question.
Meanwhile, I can show like let's change the content while we are speaking. I will share again my screen, and we can do it really fast. Good. So this is our MixZone studio, where clubs clubs will have the username and password. 3 steps to change the content. First, we're uploading our content from our computer, our phone, whatever we want. Uploading the media. I uploaded before, so excuse me. I wanted to save time. Then we are going to playlist. We choose what playlist we want to add. For example, it will be a pre-game playlist. I will add the new sponsors I want to add, and then I will choose the duration of each sponsor. For example, for Turkish Airlines, I will give 15 seconds. Sorry, I will give 15 seconds and 7 seconds from Finaro. Then I will create this playlist. I will go to my screens, meaning what backdrop I want to add this content, and then I will delete the normal playlist and add the new one. From the moment I choose update, the backdrop will be automatically updated in a few minutes while we are speaking. So this is it, as fast as you saw. If anyone have questions.
Yeah, Nicolette Armstrong is asking here, awesome products. How many logos can it feature?
Yeah, first of all, as you see, while we're speaking, the content has been changed. Um, we can have up to 14 logos. Everything depends on the package you supply. So you can have less seconds for each sponsor. But then yeah, you can have 12, 14 without any problem.
Good. Let's wait a couple more seconds to see if any more questions appears, but I want to let anyone know that you can drop the questions here while were presenting, and we can do another quick questions and answers after the second part of this presentation. So yeah, I think we can move forward with the sponsor online perspective. So I'm taking the lead now. Nice to meet you all, guys. I'm Edgar Oliver, the partnership manager in Sponsor Online. Nice to see that we have people from all around the world. We have people from China, from Portugal, from Spain, Switzerland, I believe. And no, great to see that we are going international here in this webinar. So good news for the first one we do. It's great news. Great news. Yeah, to continue, most of the people who is already here, they already know the platform, but I want to quickly make this transition point because Guy has very well presented this incredible tool that is digitalizing the process of sponsorship content in the backdrop industry inside the sports universe, and we want to present you all the process from A to B. So you already see how you can have the technical stuff, the technical product inside your club, and Sponsor Online can aggregate much more information by helping you guys getting the sponsors. So you know how to get the technical stuff, how to get the product to have more visibility, to improve um, the money, to improve the financial aspect of your club by getting more space to show the brands, by easily editing the brands that are shown on your digital backdrops. But then the marketplace, the Sponsor Online marketplace, can help you get the different brands and improve you also improve the revenue that you have on your club. So I will also quickly share my screen here so you can see the club's perspective, how easy for clubs is to create the assets. So just a second here. I believe you can already see the screen. So this is the demo profile that we have created for Bayern Munich, for example. So every club can create a profile on the marketplace, on Sponsor Online. They can add and edit all the basic information about the club. You can see this is very important for the brand's perspective. So every time a brand has some kind of interest in buying something on the club, they can access the entire information and make some more factual decisions in which kind of assets they want to buy from the clubs. So as I was saying, you can add and edit the information about your club, the history, the main titles, the heroes. You can also see the fans and reach in a more digital aspect. So we work also with with SimilarWeb. We provide us with some good insights about the clubs and the digital reach, the division by age, the demographics and geographics of the club, fans by country, fans by language. So overall, you have here 99% of the information you need to know about the clubs. We also provide our clients with the complete squad of the team. So you can also see which players and how many social media followers each player has in each kind of in each particular team. You also have the information about the stadium, so you can see the location, how many VIP boxes the stadium has. You can also see the actual partners from the club and a comparison tool between the numbers of the club and the numbers of the rest of the league clubs that play in the same league of this club. So this is the profile. I will now show you the inventory part. So all the platform is very easy to work with. Everything is very straightforward. So this is the inventory part where the clubs can manage the assets that they have available and visible on the marketplace. And I want to also quickly show you how easy it is to add new item into inventory. So we click here in the right side of the page, and you will see the different categories that we provide. All the communication is standardized, so it's much more easier. We follow the rules of the marketplace. You can see this in eBay, in Amazon, in Airbnb. All the division of information is standardized, but the description of each kind of assets is particular per club. So you can edit the information you want to put inside the asset. So we have the category player kits, so clubs can put available their sleeve sponsorship, their back shirt sponsorship. They can also add some stadium categories by putting available the naming rights of the stadium. They can put available the static and LED boards, and also the hospitality assets, the media and digital assets. They can sell the social media posts. They can sell spaces on their official website, and also put available the suppliers. So if they are available to receive new propositions for the next future seasons, they can add as available for the future seasons. So in this particular case, I want to show you, for example, to make use of this product, of this great product that MixZone provide to the clubs. Let me show you first the club's perspective. So for each club that is now seeing and assisting to this webinar, they can come here in the stadium category. They come here in the backdrops, click on add backdrops. They can edit a name, let's say digital backdrop space, digital backdrop. They can select when it will be available. So for the season 22-23, and also in the season 23-24. And to complete what Guy was saying, for example, if you had a static backdrop, you could only provide like 10 different brands. But by using their technology, you can improve this number. Instead of having 10 static logos on your backdrops, you can have like 40 or 14 or 20 or whatever. You can put, let's say, 20 different brands. So you have 20 different spaces. You can improve by 20 times the number of availability you had in your backdrop. So let's put it here a number. For example, you can drop here two images, so the brands can see a more visual aspect of the backdrop. Then a small description of the asset, the price you are asking for it, the dimensions of the logo. So let's say 1.1. Price 2, it would be if you have a different kind of price range per industry. You can select excluded industries when you want to have your offer visible. So let's say starting at day 1, sell separately from sponsorship package. We click save, and just like that, it took me 30 seconds to upload and to put this asset available on the marketplace. And now this asset from Bayern Munich in this demo profile is now available on the marketplace. So to all clubs that are now seeing this webinar, after this call, you can easily do it in 1 minute. You can start adding and start contacting MixZone, starting contacting Sponsor Online if you have any kind of doubt. Let me now move forward to the brand's perspective, because it's also important to mention this is good for the club's side and the club's perspective to improve their revenue, because they will have much more space available to sell on their backdrop. But it's also good for the brand's perspective, because brands now, instead of only having their static logo showing up on the backdrop, they can, as Guy was showing in his examples, they can be much more creative. They can improve the visibility of their brand. So this works both for the brands and for the club's perspective. So for a brand, they can come to the marketplace. Just a second. The rules are the same. So the brands can create a profile also for free. They have also a basic subscription on Sponsor Online where they can access the entire marketplace. They can see and filter the information by country, by categories, for example. So let's say we go to Germany. We are McDonald's Deutschland and we want to buy some digital space on Germany. Come here, we select Germany. We can already select the main category we are searching for. So it's stadium, because we are looking for some stadium advertising. We click on search. We will see the entire assets that are available in Germany and assets that are included in the stadium category, but we can filter a little bit more. So we go to inventory types, we go to backdrops, we select backdrops, and we will see the assets that I've just created, for example, for Bayern Munich. So here it is. We can select show item. We will see the description. We will see the photo. We can add to proposal. So I will select quantity, one piece. I click here, show proposal, and then the conversation and the negotiation will start through the platform. The negotiation is completely independent between the club and between the brand. So yeah, we are just here to help, and that's why we wanted to provide to you this webinar to show you not only the marketplace as a tool, as a complement to the work that the commercial and marketing departments do in the clubs, but also showing you and let you know that we are creating this partnership, these great partnerships to help clubs and to help brands increase their visibility, increase their revenue. So yeah, that's it. I don't know if you have any question, so I will just stop sharing my screen, open here again the presentation. Let me check here if we have. Yeah, we have Nicolette saying from Jamaica. So as I was saying in the beginning, all over the world. Good news, good news. I don't know if you have any question to put to me about Sponsor Online or to Guy about MixZone. Please feel free to ask whatever you want. Any question, any doubt, feel free to write it down. We can wait here.
You can reach us on LinkedIn or on our webpage or new website. You know,
Definitely.
24 hours per day.
You can easily find Guy. You can easily find me on LinkedIn. We can also, Guy, I suggest you to share your LinkedIn also here on the chat box, just in case it's easier to share the contact information.
So I'll write my name. You can find it on LinkedIn. I don't think that you will find another person with my surname. Sure, but let's see. But yeah, thank you all for having us here.
Yeah, I don't think we.
Maybe people just understood and they will move and order their own backdrop.
Yeah, so guys, you can find here the contact details, the contact information, and yeah, if we don't have any more question, any more comment, I think that's it. Thank you very much for your presence. Thank you very much to take the time to hear and to know a little bit more about what we are doing and what Just wait.
We have a
Sponsor online
question.
limited. Yeah, sponsor online limited to football or open to all sports. So yeah, right now we are only focusing on football. So we can include in football the esports team, the women's teams also. We can also create some kind of particular assets for the youth teams of each club. So yeah, we are open to discuss. But right now this is what we have, but it doesn't mean that in the near future we will improve the platform and we will certainly open the doors to much more kind of entities and much more kind of sports, definitely. But right now we keep with football.
You're welcome,
Thank you.
Nicolette.
So Ege, Guy, I think
we don't have any more questions. Yeah.
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 Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Both of you, also online and also for the attendance.
Yeah. So thanks everyone. Thank you, Guy, for your very thorough and detailed presentation about the technology that MixZone provide. And Edgar, thanks very much for your also like thorough presentation, which explains how clubs and brands could utilize this technology. Oh, we have a question.
of course, Valdas, the special offer, of course. No, the special offer we want to offer to all the clubs present here is that we can provide to you some free, a couple of months of free subscription in the basic subscription. So you get access to the entire platform without paying for the basic subscription. That was the offer we wanted to provide. Very well remembered. I was about to forget. So thank you very much to remember it. And yeah, make sure to contact me. Let me know that you were present on this presentation. And yeah, by the end of this day, and also by the end of this week, let's put it this way. By the end of this week, the people will contact me, and I will confirm after all if they were present in this webinar. We will provide you with a couple of months of the free subscription in Sponsor Online, and you will get access to the entire platform.
Great. And we can find another offer from MixZone, so contact us and we will be just fine.
That's it. So thank you, everyone. Hope
Yep.
to see you soon and to speak to you soon also.
Thank you very much, everyone. As again, everyone can contact us, Sponsor Online, contact Edgar and Guy from MixZone if you have any further questions about anything about MixZone's technology and also Sponsor Online. Feel free to drop us a question. You can find us in LinkedIn, both MixZone and Sponsor Online as well. And thank you very much, everyone, for the participation. And Edgar, Guy, I think it's time to close our webinar.
Yeah. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.